Mazer world! Are you ready? Are you ready to get into alignment with who you really are? Because it's time! It's time to boost your happiness, your relationships, your health, and of course, your finances. It's Elma here, and I invite you to listen today to another great episode from a Mazer podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about Manifest Your Desires, a step-by-step guide. I can't wait for you to find out all the cool info we got today. What is a human being without desires? Without wishes, dreams, and goals? All these things come from our willingness to become better, to live our lives to the fullest. Without dreams and goals, what is the difference between a human and any other mammal? Fulfilling your desires is certainly an ultimate mission, but figuring out what you truly want and need can be just as difficult. That's why it's so important to learn to manifest your desires. Various manifestations and the law of attraction techniques will help not only make your wishes come true, you will also learn to express your biggest desires the right way. By the way, it's the first and most important step in reaching your actual goal. This podcast will help you figure out what you really want, and then we will together make sure that you do get whatever it is that you desire, and fast. All you need to do to succeed is use our step-by-step guide to manifest your desires. So let me explain, what is manifestation all about? This is one of the terms that is extremely difficult to explain in just a few words. So there is more than one explanation of the process of manifestation, and that's what makes the understanding even trickier. But here is the great news. Manifestation is what you think it is. Didn't get any easier for you, right? In a nutshell, manifestation is about forming your physical future with the help of your present thoughts and energy. Did you know that one thing that absolutely everything in our universe has in common is energy? That's right. Even the smallest stone has these vibrations to some extent. Certainly, all the energy flows in our world don't simply exist. They interact with each other. And that is the main dogma of manifestation and basically all the law of attraction techniques. We have the power to influence not only our own energy, but also the energy that surrounds us. And as this substance forms everything on our planet, it means that we have the power to form the reality we desire. But the trick here is that the law of attraction doesn't really care what to give us. It's not a solemnly good force, as it can easily bring us a lot of bad things as well. What you focus on, you get. If you're constantly thinking about negative stuff, then the law of attraction would simply assume that you need even more of that, and you end up having another bad day. Let's imagine such a scenario. The situation at your work is extremely stressful. You know that your boss has to make a decision and fire some of the workers, and you can't help but think about it. Compare these thoughts that arise in your head. I don't want to get fired. This job brings me a lot of advantages. What exactly are you manifesting in both cases? Though you think that the first statement helps you focus on not getting fired, it's quite the opposite. When you're thinking about the things that you don't want to happen, you subconsciously play the worst case scenario over and over again in your head. Thus, you focus on the negativity. The second thought is much more positive, right? You focus on the things that you love about your work. What is your manifestation in this case? That you want to save your job for all the great reasons. And that's exactly what the law of attraction will give you. Learning manifestation and the law of attraction techniques is not only about committing to various exercises daily, but also understanding the way these things work. You certainly have already experienced the power of manifestation. Of course, we are constantly forming our everyday reality with the help of manifestations, but we usually don't pay attention to it. Have you ever been constantly thinking about, for example, a friend that you haven't seen for years? and you don't know why, but you continue remembering him over and over again? Maybe for a few days or even a week, and then you meet that exact friend that you haven't seen for what feels like a lifetime. Or he calls you. That's just pure magic. Well, not quite. That's the law of attraction answer to the manifestation that you have been sending into the universe. Now, listen to another common example. You decide that you want to start attending dance classes. All of a sudden, you start seeing advertisements of different schools everywhere, and so on. And once you figure out how these things work, you can start focusing on the right thoughts that will help you attract anything you want into your life. Yes, you can literally manifest your desires. So now let me tell you about Esther Hicks and manifest your desires. Have you already heard about Esther Hicks and a wise entity that she communicates with named Abraham? Might sound a bit crazy for those who have no idea about the Abraham Hicks teachings. But the truth is that what Esther is trying to tell us or Abraham through Esther, is absolutely wonderful. In fact, Esther and her husband Jerry have co-written 9 inspirational Abraham Hicks books that changed the lives of millions of people worldwide. And one of them is entirely dedicated to manifesting your desires. You can find more about Esther Hicks and other important resources if you go to amazer.me/45. You can always have a read through Manifest Your Desires, 365 Ways to Make Your Dream a Reality, but the main thought of the book is as simple as it can be. There are only 3 steps to manifesting whatever you want, including your most beloved desires. Now you can manifest whatever you want by doing these 3 things, such as 1. Ask. 2. The answer is given. And 3. Receive the answer. That's it. Basically, your job is to simply ask for whatever you desire. The task of the universe is to send you the answer in the form of practically anything, to be honest. And all you have to do next is open your mind and allow yourself to receive the answer. This instruction sounds so simple, but unfortunately, human beings got so used to making things more complicated than they actually are. That's why you might find it difficult to follow these 3 steps. Don't worry, we will soon tell you exactly what you should and shouldn't do to succeed and finally receive that long-awaited answer from the universe. And now, let's discuss how to manifest your desires using the Neville method. But before we continue, let's take a closer look at another technique that you might find extremely helpful. Certainly, Abraham Hicks' teachings are not the only law of attraction teachings out there. A man named Neville Goddard figured out that manifestation is an incredibly powerful tool at the beginning of the 20th century. What exactly did he have to say about manifesting your desires? Use your imagination. Did you used to imagine your perfect life lying in bed at night, right before going to sleep? Well, you've been pretty much following Neville's instructions. For the whole process to work, you better be in a sleepy, drowsy state. While you're still in control of your thoughts, start imagining whatever it is that you want. Think of it as if you already have it. For example, you want that new car, but simply can't afford it at the moment? Imagine yourself driving the beauty. What exactly do you feel? What do you hear? What does the new car smell like? Make sure that the scene that you imagine is short, but remember to think about it over and over again during the day as well. This is the Neville method for manifesting your desires. And now let me tell you about when manifestations don't work. Some people have been trying to use manifestations and the law of attraction techniques for years, but they never work for them. Of course, if something like this has ever happened to you, you would instantly start thinking that these things don't work at all. There is 2 pieces of news for you, one good and one bad. The good news is that manifestations do work, so don't worry about that. But the other news is that you certainly do have physiological blocks that prevent you from getting what you desire. Your main aim will be to figure out what these blocks are, get rid of them, and find out exactly what you need to do to make the law of attraction work for you. Fortunately, some of the blocks are extremely easy to fix. Others may take a little more time, but you will surely succeed in the end. So now, listen to the list of the most common manifestation blocks and decide which ones do you have. The first manifestation block is not being able to enjoy life until your desire comes to life. It's okay that you're wishing for something in order to live a more quality life, but that does not mean that you have to be unhappy until you get that thing. In fact, the universe will refuse to fulfill your desire in such a scenario. Remember the simple 3-step formula from before? All you have to do is ask. Don't worry about your desire and never think about something to death. In this case, you will be sending desperation vibrations out in the universe. As these emotions are negative, you will never be able to get anything good out of them. Appreciate what you already have, and you will soon have even more. The second manifestation block is you focus on things. Let's take something simple. For example, you've decided to wish for a brand new TV with the widest screen. If you're focusing only on the thing itself, then you're not manifesting. Don't just think about the TV and its features. Think about all the emotions that it has the power to bring to you. Imagine relaxing on your cozy sofa late Friday evening and switching on your favorite program. Send these kinds of vibrations into the universe. Basically, instead of thinking how the thing you want will look, focus on what you can do with it and what emotions it will bring you. The third manifestation block is related to emotional blocks. These ones are the toughest, as you might have been carrying physiological blocks starting from your deep childhood. Your biggest desire might be to find the love of your life so that he or she can take care of you and bring you happiness. That sounds like a wonderful wish, but the reasoning is completely wrong from the law of attraction's point of view. You are seeking love from another person as you lack this feeling in your life, and you can't help but think how wonderful things will finally get when there is someone who can take care of you. Such a state is dictated only by negative emotions. You are afraid of being alone. You are desperately seeking love. If you want your manifestation to work, you have to be thinking of love and relationships as a pleasant bonus to the life that you already have. It shouldn't be something that you want to fill your emptiness with. Getting rid of this block is incredibly difficult because you would have to learn to love yourself. Can you manage to do that? And the last manifestation block is limiting beliefs. The law of attraction will never start doing its magic for you unless you truly believe in it. If you always doubt the power of manifestations, then nothing will work. As simple as that. Finally, let's discuss how to manifest your desires. The first way is to do preparation. If you want manifestations to work, then you certainly do have to prepare in advance. We have already talked about all the blocks that you might happen to have. It is necessary to get rid of those before starting to use the law of attraction techniques. If you have these blocks, then no magic will happen, and you will certainly be disappointed and never try the whole thing ever again. The second way is to think about, what do you want? One of the most important steps is figuring out what you actually desire. What is it that you want badly? As always, there are a few rules that you have to follow. Your desire has to be specific. I want to meet the love of my life. That's a great wish, but you leave the universe with so many open questions, with the main one being, when? Try setting time limits on your desires. If you manage to add a couple of clarifications more, then that would be even better. And always remember why you want your wish to come true. Don't just ask for a lot of money. you would surely want to spend it on something, right? Your manifestation has to specifically include whatever it is that you want. The third way is to ask for it. You already know about the Neville method. Moreover, you can try to create a vision board. The more senses you use when you think about your desire, the better. The most important thing is that you become truly dedicated to completing the Law of Attraction exercises every single day. You can find more about Law of Attraction exercises and other important resources if you go to amazer.me/45. Once in the morning and another in the afternoon would do. Getting whatever you desire with the help of manifestations certainly is one of the easiest and fastest ways to fulfilling your dreams. But you would still have to do your part of the job. And the last way is to let the magic in. Of course, you won't have an amazing new job as soon as you wake up. The universe doesn't work that way. Then how will you make your desires come true? By sending the right people, events, and things into your life. Do you want to finally start working for your dream company? Then soon you will get acquainted with someone who already works for the company, ready to help you with your aim. Or you will suddenly find out that your dream company is looking for new staff, and so on. Keep your ears and heart open for all the opportunities that the universe is ready to give you. There is nothing more satisfying than witnessing all your wishes coming true one by one. Manifestations and other Law of Attraction techniques are the magic wand that will help you get whatever you want. And all you have to do is follow the rules and do the right exercises. You know that you can manifest your desires, but remember to always strive for more. Yes, at one point, your life might be amazing and you may have everything that you have ever wanted. But the universe always has so much more prepared for you. Bear that in mind and dream on. Have you already figured out what your first desire is going to be? You have just listened to another episode from Amazer Podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget, if you want to master the Law of Attraction like a guru, try this ultimate free tool at amazer.me/LOA-general to understand and practice the best techniques that only 1% of people use in order to attract everything you want into your life. Until next time, stay happy and keep manifesting your dream life.